Good girl.
Today's Training Tuesday is 6 quick tips for a better recall. Recall is arguably the most important thing your dog can ever learn, and that's coming when they're called. It allows us to give our dogs freedom to run off leash and experience the world while we trust that our dog will come back if we need them to come back, and it can literally save your dog's life. If you have a dog that's prone to running away or a dog that's running towards a dangerous situation, having a fast, reliable recall can make all the difference. And we're going to share with you 6 tips from Leaps and Bounds to make that recall that much more reliable and that much more enthusiastic.
Get a piece of beef for that.
Tip number 1, set your dog up for success. Some of the dogs that you'll see in this video are wearing leashes, and some aren't. Some of the dogs you'll see in this video are working in higher distraction environments than others. That's because these dogs are at different levels of training, or they have different levels of ability to focus on their people to start with. So, we want to build that up, and we want to be sure we set up our dog for success. Don't call your dog in a situation where you know your dog isn't going to be able to handle it because of the distractions they're dealing with, or where they might be more rewarded by running away from you to chase a rabbit or smell an interesting smell. You want to use tools like leashes. If you have something that can block their view of a distraction, you want to use higher value treats until you're confident that your dog can handle a more distracting environment. You want them to succeed, and you want them to get the reward, and you definitely don't want them to be rewarded for engaging in not coming to you.
Okay, come.
So add in your distractions slowly, work up to it. Don't be afraid to use the tools that you need to use until you get to that point. And if your dog is loose and you're worried that they might not come to you and you need to catch them, you can try running away, using squeakier voices, falling over so the dog comes running up to check out what you're doing, rather than trying to chase them, which the dog could see as a game, and then you've got a lot of trouble trying to catch them, when you may have more success just running the opposite direction.
Place. Good boy. Good place. Sit. Wait.
Tip number 2, reward, reward, reward. As we said, recalls can make the difference between life or death, and we're really not even being dramatic there. So it's very important that your dog is motivated to come to you every single time. You want to give them great rewards. You want to be very forthcoming with praise. You want to have good treats. If you're asking for them to do a recall in a really extracting environment, like you're playing with other dogs, or you have a dog that's very interested in birds and you're out in the woods, then you want to give them a super high value reward. And next Tuesday we are going to be talking about determining value of rewards, but just think of what your dog really likes and be sure that that shows up when they come when they're called.
That's my girl.
A type of continuation from tip number 2 is tip number 3, enthusiasm is key. The praise that you're giving your dog, don't be afraid to have it be over the top for a good recall. We want our dogs to be excited to get to us and excited to be working with us, so we have to be excited to be working with them. Let them match your energy level and get some of these fast recalls by running away from them a little bit when you're first teaching the recall, so they have to run up to catch you. Be really excited. Get them super motivated to come running to you and know that you're going to be so happy and you guys are going to have your own little party once they get there. That's how you get the kind of speed that some of the dogs in this video are showing. Tip number 4 is a big one, and that's don't call your dog to you for something bad. Something bad could be something that your dog maybe doesn't view as a positive or good thing in their lives, like a bath. We will eventually be talking about ways to condition your dog to enjoy the bath, but if your dog really doesn't enjoy it, or if your dog is nervous about getting in the car, you can actually damage a really good, enthusiastic recall by repeatedly calling your dog for something they don't want, whether that's going in the kennel, having their nails done, being restrained in a way that they don't enjoy. Be aware of what your dog finds pleasant and what your dog finds unpleasant, and if it's something that they're going to find unpleasant, try not to ruin your recall by just coming up and getting them yourself by taking them by the collar or leashes.
Good girl.
Some of a recall's life-saving value gets lost if you have a dog that runs up to you enthusiastically but then immediately launches back into what they were doing, including a collar hold or a sit in front of you for a duration of time at the end of your recall every time as part of the criteria before your dog is rewarded, helps you ensure that when you do call your dog to you when you need them to come to you, you're also able to secure them before they run off again.
Good job.
Our sixth and final recall tip, make it a game. Dog training should be fun, and recalls are no exception. A great way to work on a strong recall and to help build a relationship with you and your dog and another person, if you have multiple people in your family, is to take the dog out somewhere, or even in a large enough room in your house, and have two separate people. You can do more. And each person has a treat or a couple treats, and you take turns calling the dog back and forth. Get excited, run with them, play with them, clap your hands. That's something that a lot of puppies find motivating. Movement and hand claps are exciting to them. Make squeaky noises, have a toy. You can really just have a ball with it. Make it a game for your dog. One of these videos in here, we've got Malachi running back and forth in the prairie between Katie and myself, and he is having a ball, and it's a great way for the dog to learn that there's more than one person in the household that they need to listen to, because that, I know, is the problem that some households do have.
Good girl, Coach.
And there you have 6 quick tips for a stronger recall from Leaps and Bounds. If anyone has any questions, anything else they'd like us to elaborate on, or a struggle that they're having with recalls, please feel free to ask us. You can ask us here on YouTube, on our Facebook page. Hopefully some of you are watching from there. Or you can ask us anytime you see us in person, or if you are on our weekly text list. If you work on recalls this week with your dog, which we do believe that it's important to practice frequently, we would love to see some pictures and videos. Show us what you guys are doing. Show us where your dog's at with recall, and let us know if there's any way we can help you. We love to see enthusiastic recalls. So we are looking forward to seeing some of you guys' work this week. Thank you.